Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on this topic titled how you can save a lot when you are starting your business. Like, what can you do to make your starting process less expensive? Okay, because everything still boils down to learning and research. When I started my business, obviously, there was a time in my life that I didn't really know anything about business, right? But there's always something in me that has to do with always trying to improve my skills, always trying to learn and stuff like that. Now, when you're starting a business, there are different things that you need to do first before starting that business. If you don't do them first, you're going to face issues along the way. And the first thing is your branding. Like, your branding is like the most important thing. At least have a clear path to your brand and what your brand wants to achieve, your vision, your mission, how you want to communicate with customers, your branding as per the visual parts, the logo, the color schemes you want to use, font style, all that juicy stuff is very important for you to figure that out, especially when you're starting. And then obviously you need to have a content strategy, your marketing strategy, all these things, right? You need to have them in place before you actually start. So for me, the first thing that I learned was actually branding. And how it happened was I was in school, my 200 level alpha semester. That's my first semester in 200 level. And I wanted to start my business, Ganeta Industries. I was ready, I was prepared. My boyfriend really encouraged me at that time. So I was like, okay, it's finally time to actually bring this dream to reality, at least start something, start somewhere, right? And then I just know that businesses have logos. I didn't even know that there's more to it than a logo. And I was like, okay, let me get a logo. So I think it was, no, it wasn't Canva I used. Like, I didn't even know what Canva was at that time. I don't think Canva existed at that time. So I think I used one of these design apps on Google Play. So like, if you just check for logo apps on Play Store, right? And I knew that I had a concept in mind, and I found myself doing a lot of research on it because I just knew that it wasn't perfect yet. Like, it was not okay. I just knew in me that I need to learn this thing properly. So then I stumbled over The Future. I don't know if you guys know The Future, Chris Do on YouTube, right? That was when I started watching videos on branding and things like that, and I got to understand the concept of branding. So like, that even stemmed to me starting a brand design agency, which is Surface, and I've actually worked with a lot of clients. Well, no, I won't say a lot, but like a good amount of clients. I have a history of good reviews, good customers and stuff like that. That's like one story of me learning, and the fact that I learned that branding thing, me starting any business now is not going to be hard for me, because in learning branding, I learned marketing strategy, I learned content strategy, I learned the actual visual branding, I learned the whole non-visual aspect of branding, and I also learned how to name a business. Apparently, basically, same thing happened for my fashion. I did a lot of research on YouTube, and it's always YouTube because like YouTube is like the free platform where you can do a lot of research on and like learn new things and things like that. So I did learn on YouTube, and like, I also got some advice from my mentor. I have a mentor in fashion, so like, she gave me some tips, things like that, and I was able to up my fashion design skill. I was able to design a collection for my fashion brand. I was able to design tops for my fashion brand. The collection I have not launched yet. I'm holding on it because I want it to be a big thing, so I'm holding on to that collection. If I want to work with a fashion factory right now, I don't have any issues with getting my designs. And like, I've done designs for someone else before. She wanted to like start a collection, I did designs for her. So, and now I have a course on fashion design. So this is what happens when you up your skill, when you learn. So I'm going to share some tips on how to actually go about learning, especially with YouTube, right? And I'm also going to give other ways of learning, or other platforms you can use to learn. So the first thing that I would advise you to do is have that drive to always want to learn. You need to actually develop that skill of wanting to learn. Right now, currently, as we speak, I am doing a course on storytelling for business. I'm also doing a course on AutoCAD, that's for architecture, and I'm also going to do another course on Revit. I want to take my Revit. We taught Revit in university, but I want to like do the course again, all over again. And then after that, I'm going to do a course on copywriting. Then after that, I'm going to do a course on business management. So yeah, you need to have that willingness to always learn. Like, any little thing you see a nylon, how did this nylon come about? If you're the type of person that is in that field of nylons, let's say, you want to know what that is about. So you need to develop that skill first of all and tell yourself that, okay, I want to constantly learn. And you need to also study yourself. Are you a visual person? Are you the reading type? So you know what you want to invest your money into. If you are going to end up spending money to learn, like right now, I've paid for courses. Right now, as I paid for courses. So yeah, I've started getting. I've left YouTube now, and I'm getting into paid courses. Do you understand? So like, if I'm going to invest money into my learning, what kind of mediums am I going to put my money into? Is it books? Is it videos? Is it courses? Is it webinars? Do I want to go to an actual school to learn? Do you understand? So you need to actually develop that part of yourself, discover yourself, and you see your best and most comfortable way of learning. You need to enjoy the process. So I would say, if you want to learn something, my next tip is to actually, especially if you're learning on your own, like someone is not actually teaching you or putting you through. So let's say, for example, you're using YouTube, right? YouTube is not a place where you are sure to get people like doing step by step. You can find some playlists on some people's channels, right, that has step by step and everything for a particular topic. But in cases where you don't find, how do you create your own course outline to really understand the topic in a particular industry? So I'm going to give an example. So I want to learn on branding. Obviously, most times, if you go back to your school days, most times it starts from the definition of branding, types of branding, elements of branding, principles of branding, things like that. Now, the thing about YouTube is when you start to search for things like that consistently and you keep watching things on that topic consistently, YouTube will keep recommending things to you. Now, from the initial introduction to that particular topic in the industry, you'll be able to get more things that you need to learn. Then you start to know softwares to use to design, how to use that software, things like that. So that's how you progressively learn with YouTube. So you start from the basics, the introduction, and you can even do a search on Google and just read on everything I need to know about this particular topic in a particular industry, and it's going to give you a guide. So then you use that guide to search for videos to watch on YouTube and practice and get better at it. When you're learning on your own and you're learning with free resources, it takes longer time than when you're learning with a paid course, because paid courses are usually thought through. Like like YouTube videos just randomly throw videos everywhere. But if I want to sit down and do a course, it's going to be thought through, and like it's going to be, from beginning to end. You're actually going to get your results at the end. And courses like that don't usually take us up to 1 month, depending on the practice part of it especially. So those are actually my 2 tips for learning by yourself. Okay, I'm going to give a tip now for learning under someone. If you're going to learn under someone, make sure that person is skilled, obviously, in their profession. They know what they're doing. You can actually get mentors. Or let's assume you have someone in your school that is a brand designer that does, I'm using branding because that's what I'm used to, but like that does a lot of branding projects and stuff like that, and you want to learn branding, you can talk to the person. Please, can you teach me or put me through? Or they can even help you to structure a course outline, because then they've gone through the experience of it, so they know what you should learn. Do you understand? So you can go ahead and learn by yourself, or they will tutor you or teach you or guide you or something like that. Or you're enrolled in a school. Sadly, in Nigeria, we don't have a lot of creative schools. Like there's hardly any school that has creative subjects in them. Like there's no school that teaches you branding, literally. Like there's no place to learn branding in school. So, or even fashion design, things like that. Do you understand? If you get to a school and you hear fashion design, they're teaching you how to sew, and that's not fashion design. That is literally just a part of it. So there's really no creative school in Nigeria, sadly, and I'm really hoping that Ghanaian Art School actually becomes something big to be able to solve that problem, because that's actually one of the problems that Ghanaian is trying to solve. I'm trying to enact that art and design culture in every single African. So Ghanaian Art School is aimed at all of that beautiful stuff. I want to just go through some platforms that I think will be best for you to to use to learn and stuff like that. And the first platform I'm going to say is YouTube. I've already talked about YouTube enough, so I'm going to say YouTube and skip that one. Next one I want to talk about is Udemy. Udemy is what I'm actually currently addicted to right now. Udemy is a great resourceful tool that you should use to learn, right? And they always do sales. Let me even tell you the secret. Any course that you see that you like, it's going to be between 30k and 80k naira, right? What you're going to do is save that course. Just save it, keep it somewhere, and keep checking your Udemy app every day. I think there's a sale that's currently ending by 12 like this night. Yeah, and one that I paid for was also a sale. Like I spent over 7,000 euros, but oh yeah, that's supposed to be a story time. Ooh, I lost money. Anyway, the course was 5.9 on sales. I spent like 7,000, but the original price was 21,000 or 31,000. So like Udemy is a very good place for you to get courses, and you're paid for individual courses, right? That's Udemy. Another one I'll talk about is LinkedIn Learning. I actually found fashion courses on LinkedIn Learning, and I'm waiting for myself to have the money to pay, because LinkedIn Learning, they don't do sales like that. I mean, like maybe once in a blue moon or something like that. I need to actually get the money to pay for that course, especially on Photoshop. I've not been using Photoshop for a long time because I don't have the right system for it, and I also need a graphics tab. So it basically allows you to draw easily and conveniently on your system. So then I'm waiting for that to come. Then I'll now pay for that course and then Photoshop, and then teach you guys. I'll most likely actually launch a course. I feel like I'll launch that course when I have launched a collection in my fashion brand. So yeah, the next course I actually want to work on is either between business or branding, because I've been getting a lot of requests for those two. So yeah, that's another platform you can use, LinkedIn Learning. Third one I would say is Coursera. Coursera, in fact, I have certificates from Coursera. My school offered, like, gratefully, and I appreciate their efforts, they actually got into partnership with Coursera. So all of us in school, at least I was able to enjoy it for I think a year. We all had access to Coursera courses free, like literally. But then at that time I wasn't really into courses, and like the whole platform was kind of not, like, it wasn't fun. You know how Udemy has colors, it's kind of like more lively. The UI of Udemy is actually more interactive than Coursera. I don't know why, but Coursera just seems too classy to school. Maybe because it's my school that paid for it, and like they actually gave us some courses that we should attend, stuff like that. And like that one is more of a teacher actually standing and teaching you, writing on the board. Like it's just very, very class oriented and stuff like that. So I don't really use Coursera, but it's a good thing, a good platform you can use. Yeah, that's everything that I have to share with you guys. So basically, if you want to start a business in fashion and you don't have enough money to employ people to do things for you, try and see if you can get the skills, especially with YouTube. See, YouTube helped me. I didn't have money, I didn't have shingbai, I didn't have anything when I was starting, like nothing, literally. Aside from school, like I was feeling on like 6k per week, 5k per week, so like I didn't have anything. And I had free Wi-Fi because my dad usually buys free Wi-Fi, and I had YouTube. That's all I had, and I got a lot, and I mean a lot of information from YouTube. So let me just tell you that you don't have an excuse to go and learn. If you want to start a business and you go and learn. Go and every problem that you face when you are taking step by step to start that business, go and research on it, find solution to it. So I'm going to do a video soon on the choice of whether you should learn or outsource, especially when you have already spent some time in business and you want to scale. So you want to know whether you should drop some things, because obviously most times you learn those things because you wanted to be able to use them to start your business, not necessarily because you loved them. So like there's some things that you want to drop for employees to handle. So how do you know which ones to drop and stuff like that? So yeah, I'm going to talk about that in my upcoming videos. So if you are interested in that, consider hitting the subscribe button. Like this video if it was helpful for you, and if it was an encouragement to you to actually start learning. Like this video, guys. If I am spitting facts, just help me and like that video. Thank you. Sorry, this video. Thanks and God bless. My name is Elishiba, and this channel I talk about entrepreneurship, basically my journey as an entrepreneur. So I have like vlogs here and there, some story time, some gist, some educative stuff. I don't think I have tutorials. All my tutorials, any tutorial that I'm ever going to post in this life, it's going to be on Ghanaian at school. Like I can't even do two at the same time, so I'm just going to put my tutorials there and stuff like that. Yeah, check the description for any necessary information that you need about me, how you can work with me and stuff like that. So yeah, I also have a fashion design course, and I also do business consultation, so you can always book me for consultation. Though they are limited slots every month, I'm currently taking only 4 people per month. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.